very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever, we're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom, I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open, imperfection, it be my crime. In humility I will listen, we're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper, we are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever, we're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, finding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together, I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who've come before me, band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow, we're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper, we are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever, we're all swimming to the other side. To share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together, we're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper, we are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever, we're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever, we're all swimming to the other side.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire, our house is on fire. Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire, our house is on fire. We love you, we hear you, we commit to change our ways, not later, but sooner, right now, for your future. Youth can't wait, put out the fire. Women can't wait, put out the fire. Blind can't wait, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For our children, put out the fire. And their children, put out the fire. And their children, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For songbirds, for clean air, for the oceans and the place. Not later, but sooner, right now, for our future. Melting glaciers, put out the fire. Rising seas, put out the fire. Bleaching coral, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Shrinking shoreline, put out the fire. Sinking island, put out the fire. Growing dry land, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Let bees live, let trees grow, let the snow fall where it may. Not later, but sooner, right now, for the future. Right now, for the future. Right now, we are here to put out the fire. This is how we put out the fire. Time is now, we put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
When I was 4, I had a toy made of plastic and of joy, a magic musical machine from a drum, a stick and strings. I couldn't know as I would play, I'd live to meet the man one day, playing songs that shaped my life, taught the world to sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. The summer of my 18th year, in San Francisco he'd appear. I jumped onto a trolley car, alone and wondering. The grove was full when I got there. People came from everywhere. I climbed a redwood by the stage to watch the reveille. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Years went by, I got Together we create a force beyond imagining. As I observed your dimming light, felt a spark in me ignite. And I would trade it all today to hear your banjo ring. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing.
Take the seed that you have and plant it here. Give it water and time for a day or a year. Take the seed that you have and plant it here. Give it love. 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 Take the dream that you have and dream it here. Give it courage and time for a day or a year. Take the dream that you have and dream it here. Give it love. 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 Give it love.
We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone and I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who've come before me band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. We love you, we hear you, we come.
house is on fire.
For our children,
Put out the fire.
and their children,
Put out the fire.
and their children.
Put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
For songbirds, for clean air,
For the oceans and the bays. Not later, but sooner. Right now. For our future.
melting glaciers,
Put out the fire.
rising seas,
Put out the fire.
bleaching coral,
Put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
shrinking shoreline,
Put out the fire.
sinking islands,
Put out the fire.
growing dry land.
Put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
I got news for you. I'm not the singer. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Joe Wilson. I'm a member of this church here, and we're happy to welcome you here to the Universalist Church of West Hartford, known as the Church on Fern Street. This is our community of love here. So we're happy that you're all here. If you're out on live stream, wherever you might be in the world, you're here for some great music tonight. Susan and I, for a long time, have been fans of Emma's Revolution, who I'm going to introduce in a second. And we've been thinking, wouldn't it be great if we got them to come and sing for everybody in our church, because the messages that they have and the fun that they bring and the funny, sort of making fun of politics, but a lot of serious things too, climate change and LGBTQIA and all that stuff. So we thought, wouldn't it be great if we ever had them come here? And this year we happened to run into them at a conference in June, and we said, can you fit us in? Because they live in California. So they're here from California to sing for y'all tonight, and they'll be flying out of New York tomorrow to go home. So all that by way of saying that you're in for something special. So Emma's Revolution is a wonderful duo. It's Sandy O and Pat Humphries, and they are very internationally renowned and very nationally renowned as well. So those of you who don't know them, and I know a lot of you do, you're about to get into a special treat tonight. So that's the backstory. Let me have them come out and get to work. And at intermission, I would invite everybody to come back so we can sell you some more brownies and cookies and wine and beer and soda and all that kind of stuff. Remember, you can't bring it in here afterwards, other than water you can have. But go back at intermission, please, and enjoy yourself. And if anybody's looking for the restroom, there's one outside, and which would be, as I look at the back door, it would be on my left. Okay, so if you come in that way. But beyond that, I don't think there's anything else other than let's let the revolution begin. Thank you all.
We can tell we're in the right place. That is fantastic.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around, attend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we to the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. It is time now.
Thank you so much. I'm
Thank
Sandy
you.
O.
And I'm Pat Humphries.
And we think it is time now to lead in love. We have a year, right, to get it together. And that's why we're here, to help you keep energized for this year ahead and for these moments right now.
Yes, there's a lot to be done, right? Most of what you're going to hear tonight, actually, that first song we started out with was by our friends from California, Mamuse, the duo Mamuse.
It's a duo thing. We just have to bring their duo music to you.
Most of what you're going to hear tonight, though, will be songs that Sandy and I either wrote together or individually. And this song I wrote as a great friend and mentor and sort of remarkable icon in this world of justice music was passing on to whatever next adventures his energy is off to. But this is a song that I wrote saying goodbye to Pete Seeger. And we were friends for about 30 years. And, you know, he had such a remarkable way of getting us all into a room and then encouraging us to sing with him. But he was never satisfied with everybody singing in unison, right? He'd always call for harmony. And if people were shy about harmony, then he would throw out some lines of harmony so you could jump in. And in those moments, he had us all breathing in sync and listening to one another and contributing our own unique part to create the beautiful whole that he was sort of conducting in that night. And then we could take that beautiful metaphor out into the world and apply it to the rest of our lives. And what an incredible gift that was. So this song has a chorus. You'll know what to do. I'll teach it to you in case you have not, if it hasn't made its way around to you. So I'll sing a line and then you can sing it back to me. So here we go. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Try that. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Hope changes everything. Sing, people sing. Sing, people sing. You got it. When I was 4, I had a toy. made of plastic and of joy, a magic musical machine from a drum, a stick, and strings. I couldn't know as I would play. I lived to meet the man one day, playing songs that shaped my life and taught the world to sing. Hear the banjo. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Hope changes everything. Sing, people. Sing, people, sing. The summer of my 18th year in San Francisco he'd appear. I jumped onto a trolley car, alone and wondering. The grove was full and I got there. People came from everywhere. I climbed a redwood by the stage to watch the reveille. Hear the banjo. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Years went by, I got a call, a festival in early fall. Along the Hudson River shore, a harvest gathering, asking me to volunteer to keep the river clean and clear, to celebrate the river's life and all the gifts she brings. You sing it. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people. Hear the people sing. Hope, hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Stood up to McCarthy's rage, rallied for a living wage, rode with Woody, marched with Dr. King. Patiently brought us along, taught us each and every song. We told she by your side, you could do most anything. You showed us how the world could be, living with integrity. Together we create a force beyond imagining. As I observed your dimming light, I felt a spark in me ignite. But I would trade it all today to hear your banjo ring. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Do it again. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing.
Thank you very much. And wow, do we have a singing crowd here in the room? It's fantastic. And we can still hear you singing. Folks who are joining us on the live stream, we know you are there.
Thanks for being with us, folks who are tuning in from wherever you are on the planet. We're delighted to have you. You know, we meant to get you into the room for years before this whole pandemic thing happened, but that forced us to make space for you. So we're so glad to have you.
Because we like to have our people with us, whether you're in the room with us, whether you're on the screen with us.
So there was that time where all of our gigs disappeared. And, and things went on in the world, and, we were so used to being able to respond to what's going on in the world. And, we'd often, whenever we could, write a song about what's happening and charge out into the streets somewhere, but we couldn't do that during this time. We had immunocompromised folks in our household, and we had to be cautious. So we were, but I couldn't contain the grief after George Floyd was killed. Yet another horrible, horrible, horrible incident, another death, another needless death. And of course, we know there have been so many since. But the thing that happened for me was watching things on the screen, watching people go out into the street, and seeing what a remarkable range of people showed up in the streets was so heartening. We looked at those screens and we just said, look, it's our people, and that's what always gives us strength and always inspires us. That's what inspires these songs. That's what keeps us going. You are what keep us going. So we're so grateful to have you all here tonight with us. So this is the song that we wrote, and we got a chance to use this in lots of different online settings, demonstrations and rallies and things with our fabulous friend Reggie Harris. So maybe some of you know him. Yes. So there's a video with Reggie's beautiful face and his beautiful voice. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see that. But this song, it's a bit of a zipper song, and there are going to be two lines that you won't pick up on necessarily because they come by too quickly, unless you already know the song. But jump in wherever you feel comfortable, if you feel comfortable, and if not, just clap along.
And this is one of the ways we sing down white supremacy, and we know we're in a community that's working on that. So thank you for doing that work.
Our people gonna rise. Our people gonna rise. Listen to our cries through the pain and lies. Our people gonna rise. Our people gonna sing.
Our people gonna sing.
Our people gonna
Sing in spite of everything. Hear our freedom ring. Our people gonna sing.
Fight. Our people gonna fight.
Our people gonna fight.
Our people gonna
Fight for what we know is right. We're marching to the night. Our people gonna fight.
Grieve. Our people gonna grieve.
Our people gonna grieve.
Our people gonna grieve.
Whatever you believe, we have the right to breathe. Our people gonna grieve.
Pray. Our people gonna pray.
Our people gonna pray.
Our people gonna pray.
Take our rights away. See you on election day. Our people gonna pray.
Rise. Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna
rise. Listen to our cries through the pain and lies. Our people gonna rise. Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna rise.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is this shocking time where so many of the rights that we all have fought for all these years and decades for some of us are suddenly at risk, really at risk and under threat. And we always think, how can you really be against love? Like, what kind of platform is that? Being
Apparently,
against
it's
love.
a Christian platform.
I don't know. I don't think it's all Christians. Let's not say that.
No, I wouldn't say that. But it seems to be codified in some churches. It's weird. How'd we get here?
But this is a song we wrote to sing at our friend's wedding. Our friends Stephanie and Julie were getting married in Maine in the time before it was legal. And we like to arrive with a song, whether it's a wedding or a demonstration.
I can actually have my monitor down just a touch, if you wouldn't mind.
And I could have my monitor up just a touch. Just keeping the balance up here on stage. I think I'm at 5, not at 7.
And really, I think especially in times like these, one of the most radical acts we can do is love. I mean, what a risk. When I was a very young songwriter, I thought, I don't need to write love songs. Everybody's writing love songs. And then I thought, oh yeah, no, actually, this is probably the hardest thing we do. There are lots of other things that need attention and need songs, but one of the hardest things I think we do as humans is figure out how to really love one another, and especially when it's hard to love. And boy, have these last number of years been a lesson in that. Woo-wee. But this is mostly about that other kind. I will go with you where stone meets the ocean. I will go with you when the moon is high, when the night is still, and you reach to find me. I will go with you.
I will be with you as the dawn is breaking. I will be with you in the morning light, hold you in my arms, feel you lie beside me. I will be with you in the hush of my voice, in the touch of my hand, in the salt of my tears. Love is
I will stand with you in this hour of witness.
I will stand with you with an open heart,
Trusting in this love, all we are creating. I will stand with you in the hush of my voice, in the touch of my hand, in the salt of my tears. Love is in the Yeah, everybody needs a love song every now and then. Come on. Holly Near, we toured with Holly Near for 10 years on and off. And Holly would always say, oh, give the lesbians a love song. So that was a love song for the lesbians and the rest of you. So,
I could still use more monitor on my side, Mark. Thank you so much.
we have had kind of a remarkable and unusual last year and a half. I got a call. Got a call from a woman saying, I'm representing a woman who's writing a book about her experience as an older woman whose house and whose art studio was burned to the ground by the California wildfires. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And she'd like to use a passage of your song in the book. Can we get your permission? And I said, well, what always helps me in these situations is to hear from the person. So could I actually just talk to the author? I'd just like to see how she's framing this and everything. And so I got this call, and right away when we started talking, I was like, she's our people. She was just lovely. And I said, I'm always curious, how did you come upon the song? And she said, well, let me hand the phone to my partner, Tom. So Tom gets on the phone, and he says, well, see, I went to this boarding school as a young man, and it saved my life. And I went back for, one of their, what do you call those? Reunions, yes, a reunion. And the head of school said, I understand you're a filmmaker. Would you be willing to make a video of the school? Just, something we could use in publicity. And so he brought his equipment, and he was filming around the campus. And there's a point in the day where everybody gets together and sings. And when they started singing this next song, this song that I wrote back in 1990, I think. And he just instantly fell in love with the song, went back home, learned he had somebody teach him how to play and sing the song. I love this part of the story so much, oh my God. And he sang it to his then fiance, which I was like, what? That's so beautiful. And they've since gotten married, so we know it worked. And he said, so, would it be helpful to you at all if I were to make a video of Emma's Revolution? And I said, yes, that would be very helpful. And of course, instantly my mind starts going, and I'm thinking, so he could make this film, and this song could be sort of the through line, because it's how Sandy and I met and everything. And so he said, what I would love, would you come down and meet at our house, me and my partner, and we'd love to host you overnight. We have a beautiful place out in the country. So we went down. I brought a big pot of soup, and he showed us some of his films. We showed him some of the videos that we had made over the pandemic. And we sang some songs for them, and they cried, and we cried, and we just had this really lovely time, and got to talking about this film idea. And I said, well, I was thinking, it could be this film, and start with, because Sandy and I met through this song, and you and I met through this song. And he was like, wait a minute. I was thinking maybe, it could be around some project you have going. And we were like, there's been this pandemic. Like, we don't have any projects. We don't even know if we have a career. Like, we don't even really know if we can keep doing this. Is this a thing we can do? We don't know. And he said, well, let's talk about it some more. So some time passed, and we got a call from him, and he said, I've been listening through your catalog, and I'd be curious. I selected out a number of songs that I think are sort of representative of the last 20 years. At that time, Sandy and I had been playing music together for 20 years. And I'd be curious to see your list. And we put together a list. It was almost exact. And he said, I'd like to come to your house, and I'd like to film you. I'd like to ask you some questions about these songs. Just tell me stories. So he came for 3 days and did all that. And he went back home, looked at the footage, and then we got a call, and he said, I'd like to make a feature-length documentary about Emma's Revolution. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, it's very exciting. So he said, I expect that this is going to be probably about a 3-year project. And Sandy and I are into it now about a year and a half. So we're at about the halfway point. And he's done lots of interviews and followed us around. Like, he followed us at the first part of this tour because he wanted to get like B-roll and the backstory, like us getting all of our stuff onto a plane and shoving it into a car and sound checks and all that stuff. And after the second day, he was like, I'm exhausted. We're like, well, we have 2 more gigs today. He was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to hang out with your friends and, fly back. I'll catch you at home.
But we are going to be doing a film fundraiser concert in February. That is a lot of Fs.
That's a lot of Fs.
February 21st, and we are keeping our fingers crossed that we'll be able to live stream it as well, and we're going to have some guest musicians, including Holly Near at that, so we hope you will stay in touch with us so we can let you know about that for the film. And of course, we will get our hair done and things like that,
But, we're still raising funds for this. We have about $20,000 more to raise to get to the point of a rough cut. So if folks find themselves with resources that they would like to lend toward that, you can go to emmasrevolution.com, to our website. You can go to our Patreon page and just put something in the notes that it's about the film or for the film, and that would help this whole thing happen. Tom is not getting paid for doing any of this work. We are also not getting paid, so this is just to cover all the expenses and things that it takes to put together something like this.
And it's all because of this song.
And maybe you've heard it, and even if you haven't, you can sing it if you choose to.
We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I am impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart,
I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part.
all of those who have come before me, band together and be my guide.
Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share
Have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there.
We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived.
Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side.
Try it with us.
We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
Thank you so much. This is the first song that Sandy and I wrote together, and it kind of happened out of a horrifically tragic moment that I'm sure touched too many of your lives. September 11th, and we have just, of course, passed yet another anniversary of that horrible time. But this song has done a remarkable amount of traveling in its days, and we heard a story. We went to the Parliament of World Religions a number of years ago now, and got to sing it with this adorable group of little kids. And this young man walked up and said, you know, I joined the military as a clergy person, not because I think war is good, but because I wanted to help stop war from the inside. And I was stationed in Helmand province in Afghanistan, rumored to be one of the most dangerous bases in the country. And I was stationed there with a group of Marines, and I'd been hearing the way that these Marines were speaking and dealing with the Allied Afghan forces there, and he said, you know, I felt like they were dehumanizing them. And his denomination, I'm forgetting now.
Community of Christ.
Yeah, Community of Christ. They spun off from the Mormons more than 100 years ago and started doing peace and justice work around the world. They opened their temples to anybody who wanted to be part of their mission of creating peace in the world. And we don't hear about them as much as we hear about the other folks. He said that his denomination had made this video of the song to teach it to as many of their members and friends as possible. And they translated it into French and into Spanish. And it's a very beautiful video. Now, where he preached in Afghanistan was high on this ridge in a little military tent chapel on a ridge high above the Sangan River. And anything that happened up on that ridge just would echo down through and into that valley. So he took his laptop and he cranked up the sound on it and he played this video. And shortly after, he started noticing that the Afghan soldiers were gathering outside of this little tent chapel because they had never heard the words peace, salam, and shalom uttered in the same breath before. Now, there came a point in time where this base was just too dangerous, and they had to pack up and get out of there. But before they did, Seth Bryant, this young military chaplain, took his laptop and cranked up the sound back up on that ridge so that the last words that would echo through that war-torn valley would be peace, salam, and shalom. Peace in English, peace in Arabic, and peace in Hebrew. So we'd love to sing a version of that song with you.
And the song works as a two-part round, so you can start with Pat, you can come in with me on the second part, and then once you keep those parts going, we will sing other parts with you.
If you need help, this is the cheat sheet. I'm sorry they're not in order. Graphically, it just worked out to have salam on top. So this is salam, peace in Arabic. This is peace in Hebrew, and you probably know this one. But we probably need more practice at it. And we ended up printing these shirts because when we first sang this song at the First Peace Rally in New York City after September 11th, we thought for sure that people would want to know all about the song, but we had written these words on our white shirts that they had asked us to wear as a sign of peace. But we thought, a plain white shirt is not enough. So we took a black Sharpie and we wrote these words on our shirts. And as many people asked us about this shirt as asked us about the song. So we have them with us. There are still, sadly, many opportunities to put this message, important moments where this message is really necessary. So if you come see us at the break, we can help you do that. So here is your part. I'll start with peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. That's your whole part. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom.
Here comes the second part.
Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Keep it going. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Nous pensons pour la paix.
Peace, salam, shalom.
Nous pensons pour la paix.
Peace, salam, shalom.
Nous pensons pour la paix.
Peace, salam, shalom.
Nous pensons pour la paix.
Peace, salam, shalom.
We believe in peace.
Peace, salam, shalom.
We believe in peace.
Peace, salam, shalom.
We believe in peace.
Peace, salam, shalom.
We Creemos en la
Shalom,
paz.
salam, peace.
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 We will work for
Salam, peace,
peace.
shalom.
We will work for
Salam, peace,
peace.
shalom.
We will work for
Salam, peace,
peace.
shalom.
We will work for
Salam, peace, shalom. Vivimos en la paz. Vivimos en la paz. Vivimos en la paz. Vivimos en la paz. We can live in peace. Salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Thank you. Thank you. We love that you like to sing along. We have 2 more sing-alongs to do with you in this first set, and they're rather different, one from the other.
Yes, rather radically different, in fact.
This first one we wrote because we were going to be singing. We wrote it late one night because we were going to be singing early the next morning outside the Capitol at a demonstration called Fire Drill Fridays. That was a series of demonstrations that Jane Fonda was organizing outside the Capitol to bring attention to the young climate activists. The young climate activists are some of the people who give me the most hope. And basically they're saying to people of our age, do something. Really do something. And we wanted to come with a song that spoke to that, and we were inspired by the words of Greta Thunberg, the young Swedish climate activist who sat down outside the parliament saying, why should I go to school? I have no future. And you know, she has spoken at lots of large and small demonstrations and gatherings and at the UN, and also turning the spotlight that comes to her onto the young climate activists of color who have been saying this for longer than she has been. And what she said when she was at the UN one time is she said, I need you to act like your house is on fire, because it is. And we sure didn't need any summer like this summer to prove that, but that's where we are. So in this song, you can sing, put out the fire with us and let us do all we need to do.
And we're going to do this song and one more and then take a little break. So follow us back down that little hallway, and we'll see you where all the refreshments are, and our table, our CDs. We have a CD called Rooted that we put together during the pandemic because we were home, so we had a lot of time to write. And we also put together kind of a sampling of the last 20 years of our songwriting together. So that's out there, and all of our earlier CDs and the shirts. And we'd be happy to chat with you.
So here's your part.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
Try it with us.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
We love you. We hear you. We commit to change our ways, not later, but sooner. Right now, for your future. You can't wait.
Put out the fire,
Women can't wait.
put out the fire,
Lana can't wait.
put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
For our children.
Put out the fire,
And their children.
put out the fire,
And their
put out
children.
the fire. Our house is on fire.
For songbirds. For clean air. For the ocean.
on fire.
Let bees live and
Let trees grow. Let the snow fall where it may, not later, but sooner. Right now, for the future. Right now, for the future. Right now. We are here to put out the fire. This is how we put out the fire. Time is now. We put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
Thank you. So I promised you a very different sing-along. And this one, we were on our way to sing at Tom and Sharon's wedding, Tom the filmmaker. And we were in the car, and we like to listen to Democracy Now! And listen to the news while we're driving and catch up. But all I had to do was open up the app and look at the headline. And it said, Trump indicted again. And I looked over at Pat and I sang this line. And she said, we're going to have to finish that song.
Right away.
Right away. So we think you will know it. Maybe you've seen the video. We put up a clip of the video when Georgia happened. Thank you, Georgia. And that little clip of the video hit a deep vein of haters. And we've discovered that they have about 6 arguments that they will cycle through again and again and again, in addition to all of the things they will call us, which I don't recommend you read them. However, all of their attention seems to have gotten that clip of the video around and around and around. And so watch out, haters.
So thank you, haters.
So you will know what to do when it's your part. Hit it, Mark.
You told the feds you had returned them all. Still there were boxes in your shower stall. And when they looked through, the finger pointed at you. You claimed they were declassified. That just ain't true. Hey, hey.
We couldn't help recall the times before. Perhaps no one has been indicted more. The case with Stormy is strong. The insurrection was wrong. And E. Jean Carroll puts you right where you belong. Hey, hey, re-indicted, and it feels so good. Re-indicted, yeah, they understood. They'll fingerprint you, take your mugshot too. We all are so excited 'cause you're re-indicted. Hey, hey. You were a bully as a child, they say. You raged and pouted, had to have your way. You cheated and lied, no sense of shame in your pride. Any trace of conscience must have surely died. Hey, hey.
You made your fortune building towers tall. And then it ended up you'd faked it all. The workers you screwed and the taxpayers too. Your crimes while in the White House catching up with you. Hey, hey,
Re-indicted, and it feels so good. Re-indicted, yeah, they understood. They'll fingerprint you,
take your mugshot too. We all are so excited 'cause you're re-indicted. Hey, hey.
It had to be done.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ooh, oh,
We've had enough and we don't want no more.
We're gonna stop your ass in 24.
You look good in orange.
It will suit you so well
to see you in a jumpsuit in your prison cell. Hey, hey, re-indicted and it feels so good. Re-indicted, yeah, they understood. They'll fingerprint you, take your mugshot too. We all are so excited 'cause you're re-indicted. Hey, hey.
Thank you. We'll see you back there.
Thank you so much. We'll be back.
We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility, I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who've come before me band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. We love you, we hear you, we commit to change our ways, not later, but sooner, right now, for your future. Youth can't wait, put out the fire. Women can't wait, put out the fire. Blind can't wait, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For our children, put out the fire. And their children, put out the fire. And their children, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For songbirds, for clean air, for the oceans and the bays. Not later, but sooner, right now, for our future. Melting glaciers, put out the fire. Rising seas, put out the fire. Bleaching coral, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Shrinking shoreline, put out the fire. Sinking island, put out the fire. Growing dry land, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Let bees live, let trees grow, let the snow fall where it may. Not later, but sooner, right now, for the future. Right now, for the future. Right now, we are here to put out the fire. This is how we put out the fire. Time is now, we put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
When I was 4, I had a toy made of plastic and of joy, a magic musical machine from a drum, a stick and strings. I couldn't know as I would play, I'd live to meet the man one day, playing songs that shaped my life and taught the world to sing. Oh, hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Summer of my 18th year, San Francisco he'd appear. I jumped onto a trolley car, alone and wondering. The grove was full when I got there. People came from everywhere. I climbed a redwood by the stage to watch the reveille. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Years went by, I got a call. Festival in early fall. Along the Hudson River shore, a harvest gathering. Asking me to volunteer to keep the river clean and clear. To celebrate the river's life and all the gifts she brings. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Stood up to McCarthy's rage, rallied for a living wage, rode with Woody, marched with Dr. King. He patiently brought us along, taught us each and every song. So she by your side, you could do almost anything. You showed us how the world could be, living with integrity. Together we create a force beyond imagining. As I observed your dimming light, I felt a spark in me ignite. And I would trade it all today to hear your banjo ring. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people,
Take the seed that you have and plant it here. Give it water and time for a day or a year. Take the seed that you have and plant it here. Give it love. 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 Give it give it love.
We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who've come before me, band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. We love you, we hear you, we commit to change our ways, not later, but sooner, right now, for your future. Youth can't wait, put out the fire. Women can't wait, put out the fire. Blind can't wait, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For our children, put out the fire. And their children, put out the fire. And their children, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For songbirds, for clean air, for the oceans and the place. Not later, but sooner, right now, for our future. Melting glacier, put out the fire. Rising seas, put out the fire. Bleaching coral, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Shrinking shoreline, put out the fire. Sinking island, put out the fire. Growing dry land, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Let bees live, let trees grow, let the snow fall where it may. Not later, but sooner, right now, for the future. Right now, for the future. Right now, we are here to put out the fire. This is how we put out the fire. Time is now, we put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
When I was 4, I had a toy made of plastic and of joy. A magic musical machine from a drum, a stick and strings. I couldn't know as I would play, I'd live to meet the man one day. Playing songs that shaped my life, taught the world to sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. The summer of my 18th year, San Francisco he'd appear. I jumped onto a trolley car, alone and wondering. The grove was full when I got there. People came from everywhere. I climbed a redwood by the stage to watch the here by your side, you could do almost anything. You showed us how the world could be, living with integrity. Together we create a force beyond imagining. As I observed your dimming light, felt a spark in me ignite. And I would trade it all today to hear your banjo ring. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Oh, changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Oh, changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing.
Take the seed that you have and plant it here. Give it water and time for a day or a year. Take the seed that you have and plant it here. Give it love. 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 Give it love.
washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who've come before me band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
Got a kick out of that. So thank you all for being so enthusiastic and for singing. I got to tell you, this place really sounds good when you guys are all giving it full throat. So please keep on doing that. So without further ado, we're going to have Sandy O and Pat Humphries back. And then after the show was done, they're going to be back in the back. They'll sell some more merch and hang out with people if you want. So do that. But the bar is closed. So sorry about that. And then we'll put away the refreshments, but we will have them available back there. So enjoy.
Thank you so much.
We heard that disappointment about the bar being closed. What did you say, Fred?
Let's see. Right. So, let me give a shout out to the People's Music Network. There's a whole bunch of folks here and elsewhere. Wonderful network of rabble-rousers and troublemakers. And another fabulous group of rabble-rousers and troublemakers is what took me to the Hudson Valley back in the late 80s, was the Clearwater, the project that Pete started down the Hudson. Yeah. And I got a call from Kathy Winter, actually. And she said, hey, there's room on the Clearwater during pumpkin sale. And it's during this time they do it's kind of like a harvest festival, and they make a big pot of stone soup, and they talk about that story, and they load the boat up with tons of pumpkins. So they offload a bunch of other stuff, and then they build these pens out of saplings, and I forget how many tons of pumpkins, but it's a lot of pumpkins. And of course, it's not just that they have the farmers come and drop off the pumpkins, and then they just put them on the boat. When the pumpkin drop happens at Beacon, where Pete was, Pete would go up to the train station, and he would go, "Come on, we got pumpkins to load." And he would get, people that were just like, "Oh, sure, pumpkins, okay." And they'd just get in a big line and, pass pumpkins with a bunch of strangers that by the end of it were not strangers, and then come and, join us for some stone soup for dinner. It became a community event, and there were no strangers in the train station that day, So I was so enchanted by the whole thing. I stayed for the week of the tour, but then 2 weeks later I moved to the Hudson Valley. I was like, more please, a lot more please. So I worked with Clearwater for about 6 years on the boat and off on their on-land education program, and then I've been kind of all over the country in recent years, and they used to do a great big festival, the Great Hudson River Revival. It's a very expensive thing to put on, especially when what you're trying to do is raise funds for the organization. And it's not a small thing to keep this big old wooden boat on the river. So, of course, during the pandemic, they couldn't have their festival. So what they ended up doing was doing some online festivals, which were lovely, actually. And they said, would you contribute a song? And I had written a song years ago about Clearwater, and I thought, well, I never ended up commercially recording that, so maybe I'll just do it for this. And then I sat down to do it, and I played the song, and I was like, I'm not really there anymore. And I thought, no, I want to write about my experience, reflecting on my experience, and all that I got from that truly remarkable, beautiful project. Because it really did change my life. It told me, it was one of the many examples that Pete and Toshi Seeger showed me about how the world could be. And there it was in real life, So I wrote this song for them, and it has a chorus, of course. And I'll teach you, like I did the Sing People one, so you can sing it, because I love hearing you sing. Y'all are you're great to sing with. This is a riot. It's great fun. Yeah, okay. Here. I'll sing a line, you sing it back. Water, carry me down. Water, carry me down. Rock me in your arms. Rock me in your arms. Sail me on by the river towns. Sail me on by the river towns. Take me with the wind, take me with the wind, guided by the moon, guided by the moon. Sing to me a sweet Clearwater tune. Sing to me a sweet Clearwater. Water, carry me. Water, carry me down, rock me in your arms, rock me in your arms, sail me on by. Sail me on by the river towns, take me with the wind, guided by the moon. Sing to me a sweet, clear water tune. You'll get lots of chants. In winter she's safe beneath her shed, where work parties gather and fix her toad ahead. They clean her bow to stern and down below. Soon she will be ready with the melting ice and snow. Water, carry me. Water, carry me down. Rock me in your arms. Rock me in your arms. Sail me on by. Sail me on by the river towns. Take me with the wind, guided by the moon. Sing to me a sweet, clear water tune. Swans return as the ice recedes, beckoning the blossoms, awakening the seeds, bending on the sails. We're nearly through. Springtime we push off the dock and sail downstream to you. Water, carry me down. Rock me in your arms. Sail me on by the river towns. Take me with the wind, guided by the moon. Sing to me a sweet, clear water tune. Through the osprey's eyes, navigating the skies, water flows from mountain to the sea. Though I live miles away, I can always say our Hudson River sloop still calls to me. She lives Pete Seeger's dream each time she sails. Oh yeah, inspiring us with songs, enchanting us with tales. Ancient water touches all our lives. Keep our water sacred, and we will all survive. Water, carry me down. Rock me in your arms. Sail me on by the river towns. Take me with the wind, guided by the moon. Sing to me a sweet, clear water. Water, carry me down. Rock me in your arms. Sail me on by the river towns. Take me with the wind, guided by the moon. Sing to me a sweet, clear water tune. Sing to me a sweet, clear water tune. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I wrote that song and this next one on a new guitar that I got over the pandemic. We were not able to go into the studio to record songs, and we're writing a bunch of songs. And since we weren't spending all the unbelievable amounts of money that it costs to tour, we actually had a little bit of money so that we could buy a couple of mics and set up, the little spare bedroom as a little recording studio. So we set ourselves up, and I walked into the studio one day, and Sandy was putting down some guitar parts, and she had laid down one part. You'll notice that Sandy tends to capo way up the neck, so we get all those high notes from her from those shorter strings, and then I often will play way down the neck. And she was just laying down a lower guitar part on this song, and I thought, that sounds so beautiful. And I remembered that a friend of ours had put on another guitar part on another song with a different guitar, a little bit bigger scale, called a baritone guitar, sort of like violin family. There's also like a guitar family thing. And so it's a longer scale, it's a little bigger body, and it's where these guitars are tuned to an E, those are tuned to a B. So you can go way down and get those really nice kind of baritone notes. And I had this moment, I was just like, I've got to get my hands on one of those. I love that sound. And I called up our friend, and he was like, oh, I borrowed that from my friend at the music store. I was like, damn, I need to get one of these. So I did, I got my hands on one. And right away, I wrote that Clearwater song, and I wrote this next song, and I was like, I love the voice of this guitar. Why do I love this so much? And then it dawned on me, oh, duh, Pete Seeger's guitar was a baritone guitar. He never called it that, but so, and you would notice, because he'd always have a capo on it when he was just playing in standard tuning, and I thought, well, I've loved the sound of that guitar my whole life. So actually, I'm going out to Colorado this winter, if all goes as planned, and I'm going to build a baritone guitar out there with this guy that also fell in love with baritone guitars, not because he knew Pete, but because he just loved the sound of them. So it's too many guitars for us to tour with right now, But maybe the next time we come out here, I'll have the baritone guitar, and I'll have the capo on for playing in standard tuning. But this is one of those songs from the baritone. So you'll just have to imagine that nice deep voice. I wrote this song because I needed a way to get through the weight of, all the annoying day-to-day things about this pandemic, but also just to remember the good things, and to remember inner strength and resilience. I don't know about y'all, but this has been a tough few years. So here's some words to take heart by. When I wake up in the morning and I open my eyes, I remember to be grateful for the bright blue skies, and I wonder what I'm here for. Give me meaning, I pray, for the breath in this body I've been given today. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low, I am always here, you are not alone.
steady on my feet as I rise from my bed. I need a song to quiet all the noise in my head. Memories of heartache, unresolved from the past. I'm ready to release them from my spirit at last. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low, I am always here, you are not alone. Hold firmly to your power, you are blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. May my heart be strengthened, my purpose be clear. May I always remember the path that led here. Children of ancients, seeds of the soil, born of resistance, beauty and toil. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low, I am always here, you are not alone. Hold firmly to your power, you are blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Hold firmly to your power, you are blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Water and a gale will wash away stone.
Thank you so much.
I've been wanting to do this song recently because the people that I wrote it for had an experience that they knew was awful for their own family, but they felt like they had the resources they need to get out of it. But what they wanted to come from their story is for us all to take action for and be for and with the people who don't have as many resources as they do. So when we think about Maui, when we think about Libya, when we think about Morocco, people who have lost everything, as our friends did, and are searching for home.
Yeah, it's coming up on the moment when I had heard about a grass fire in Colorado, and I thought, man, that sounds like it's awfully close to our friend's house, so I texted them right away. And I didn't hear back right away, but what we learned is that they're super outdoors, very athletic folks. So even from the time their kids were very little, they would go skiing with them, they would go rock climbing, and they were driving a couple of hours away to go skiing. Grass fires happen in Colorado, so they didn't think too much about it. And their daughter, the oldest, said, "We have to go back for the guinea pigs." So they went back. They picked up the guinea pigs and the food and everything. It took off again. And as they were a distance away, they started getting texts from their neighbors. And they said, the fire's come into the neighborhood. And so on their whole trip, their neighbors, one by one, texted them the houses that were catching fire and burning to the ground, and their entire neighborhood burned to the ground. And October, I believe it's October 12th, is our friend's birthday. On that day, coming up, they get to move into their new house. And the weight of this disaster for them was so much harder on our friend Melissa, because not only was she experiencing it for herself and her loss, but and all of her neighbors, but how does one hold that and interpret that for the kids?
Home is in my heart, in your gaze, in our tears. Home is when we breathe and when we touch. We are home, and we will rise, wings singed with memories. We will rise, lifting from the ashes what was and what is still to be. Swear within us we will rise towards home again. Home is in their eyes, in your voice, in our hands. Home is when we wake and when they rest. We are home, and we will rise. Clouds fade beneath us. We will rise. Angels come to guide us. The roads were leading nowhere. Now there's a clearing in the distance. We will rise towards home again. Rise towards home again. Rise towards home again.
Thank you.
So many things, weigh so heavily on our hearts, and there are ways in which we pay into people's suffering without even realizing. And things like white supremacy is so embedded. It's embedded in so many places in our culture that unless we've been made aware by someone suffering sometimes we just don't even see it. And it's everywhere. But especially there are things that we can do. And one of the things that we can do is begin to extract it from our language. It seems like a simple thing, but the weight of those microaggressions take their toll on our friends and loved ones. And we sang at a beautiful little, it was another Unitarian church, actually, Unitarian Universalist church in this case, and out in Virginia, Northern Virginia, and we were driving there and we thought, is this the right place? Because it was this, very sort of residential neighborhood, but it's because this church was built so long ago. It's a little wooden church with that beadboard that goes all the way up the walls and all the way around the ceiling and down. And when you stand inside that building, that little building, and sing, it's like singing inside an instrument. It's such a gloriously reverberant. I mean, you have a very reverberant space here that's very similar. And if you can picture a little wooden space, that beautiful little wooden space was built by newly freed people who had been enslaved. And just the stories that space holds. We were so moved by it. And we thought, sometimes it feels like there's not a lot we can do in the moment with such a huge thing as white supremacy, but we can do these little things and we can chip away at that rock. And here's one way right in this moment that we can chip away at that rock.
In this song, when Pat sings a line in the first verse, we'll sing back the words, "in the light." And in the second verse, when Pat sings a line, we'll sing back the words, "in the dark." And in the third verse, we'll sing, "we begin." And I will show you with my hand, because there's a couple lines that we don't answer. But you don't need a hymnal, just those three phrases.
We have come in the light to this place, in the light with our hearts, in the light open wide. We are here in the light giving voice, in the light to the truth, in the light we divine. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the light, giving hope in the light we create, in the light better days. We are born in the dark, we are fed. In the dark we connect. In the dark through the veil. We are held. In the dark we are healed. In the dark mysteries. In the dark we reveal. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the dark, giving hope in the dark we create, in the dark better days. time is now. We begin where we are. We begin, we have all. We begin that we need to renew. We begin to release. We begin to rebuild. We begin to believe. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days.
Well, we started out this show saying, the time is now. Now is the time. And we're in Ohio for the beginning of this tour. And they really showed us all how to do it, right? You know, their legislature tried to say to them, well, majority doesn't really count for you. You're going to need 60% if you're doing something we don't like.
A super majority.
A super repressive majority. And they had people come out in droves in an August election, and they shut that stuff down. So we are taking heart from that. And you know, I, as an activist, I got my start in reproductive justice demonstrating. I lived in New York City, and they put out a call for people to come down to the LGBTQ Center because there had been this Supreme Court decision and there was going to be an action. There were so many people who showed up that they had to move the meeting outside to a park. And they also let people know that they understood that the meeting was infiltrated by police. And so instead of saying out loud what was going to happen, they were passing us these little notes that told us where to go the next day. And I was totally sold once they did that. I was like, ooh, cool. Okay, I'm in. Give me my little slip of paper. And the little slip of paper told us where to go the next morning, and at a certain time, we all swarmed down from the apartments that we were in and swarmed and created what was, before it was called a flash mob, and blocked the Holland Tunnel. And I know you all know about the Holland Tunnel. You've been there. That was a lot of traffic to block. There were a lot of people. I got arrested. I still have the thing where they spelled my name wrong. There were so many of us arrested, they didn't even care. But I can't believe that we are here now having to fight for our reproductive rights again and for our bodily autonomy, no matter how we show our bodies, no matter how we present our bodies, whatever gender orientation, sexual orientation, everything, they are after us. And so in this song that we wrote, I wrote it a number of years ago when Pennsylvania was passing one of those transvaginal ultrasound bills, and we're just gonna have to keep singing this kind of thing. I'm actually gonna need a little more of my guitar and my monitor, please, Mark. And in this song, I'm gonna sing, I am a woman, and you can sing back,
And I have these rights, whether you are one or not. Just, consider it the generic.
Yes. And consider that we are speaking and singing for everyone's bodies, trans rights, women's rights, people of color, everybody. The next line I'll sing, we are women, and you can sing back.
And we have these rights.
We are human.
And we have these rights.
And the last line, enough is enough. rights. Here in this body, I am a woman to my soul, with hips and breasts and belly that you try to control. But the more you constrain me with your laws across the land, the harder I will push back and stronger I will stand. I'm a woman,
And I have these
we
rights.
are women,
And we have these
we are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights.
Enough is enough. What are the words? Yeah, there we go. You try to divide us, the straight from the queer, the ones who have the papers from the ones not born here. But we will not be taken with your hatred and spite. Oh, we see right through your smoke screens. We're united for the fight. I'm a woman.
And I have these
We are
rights.
women.
And we have these
We are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights. Enough is enough.
The right to freedom.
We have these
The right
rights.
to safety.
We have these
To
rights.
self-expression.
We have these rights.
Our own bodies.
We have these
To
rights.
make decisions.
We have these
To
rights.
have our voice.
We have these rights.
Join together.
We have these rights
and
to vote for choice.
So listen to the sisters, answer to the wives. Heed your granddaughters, all the women in your lives. You will not use our bodies as a way to get ahead. Not this election year, not ever. Remember what your mama said. I'm a woman.
And I have these
We are
rights.
women.
And we have these
We are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights. Enough is
I'm a
enough. And I have these
We are
rights.
women.
And we have these
We are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights.
Enough
Enough is
is
enough.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Gosh, with so many songs, so little time. I'm sorry, we're not going to get to all. I know some folks asked us during the break to consider some things, but we also, there's so many pressing things right now in the news. We really feel like we have to. Right. Yeah, but apparently the bar is closed. So, damn. I can't drink before I play, but you know. I know that's usually that's flipped, I think, for some artists, but yeah, no, I can't think. So this is, we were out at, on Star Island, right?
Yes.
Folks, some folks here go to Star Island. It's off. It's sort of a retreat center, and a lot of UUs go out there. UCCs go out there. I don't even know who all goes there, but folks go there, and you can stay on this beautiful little island and off of the coast of
Portsmouth.
It's Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Yeah, I was like, gosh, why can't I think of the name of this?
It does take two of us sometimes to
Yes.
remember the lyrics and the.
So we were teaching a week-long songwriting class out there, and the class It was this very advanced class. They were just like zooming through the exercises and stuff. So this never ever happens. But we had a little bit of time ourselves while they were working on their songs, and we thought, well, okay, we can work on some things too, and you know, just kind of set them aside. But ended up that we really liked both of the songs that we wrote during that week. So. It's that, oh yeah. Right. Right, and I do it this way. I think so. Yeah, yes, good. So we, it's just it's a simple little love song again, and it has lots of places for you to jump in, and feel free to do that. You know, there is something about this breathing in sync, and this listening to one another and adding your voice. You know, it might not change the course of a river, but it might just soften our hearts a little bit. It might just lift some spirits a little bit. It might carry us through some difficult times. And remind us that we're not alone. We're part of something much, much larger, if you just sort of let yourself do that. So there's it's called Always Loving You, and there's lots of chances to sing it. In the moonlit tide,
You will find me there.
in the crystal sky,
You will find me there.
when the night is long,
You will find me
Always.
there.
always loving you, always loving you,
Always loving you.
where you go,
Where you go, I'll go there too. Etched in everything I do, I'm always loving you.
in the lightning flash,
You will find me there.
when the wind is
You
fierce,
will find me there.
as the storm blows by,
You will find me there. Always loving you.
always loving you,
Always loving you.
where you go,
Where you go, I'll go there too. Etched in everything I do, I'm always loving you.
when the morning breaks
You will find me there.
and the clouds recede,
You will find me there.
in the brilliant blue,
You will find me there. Always loving you. Always loving you. Where you go, I'll go there too. Etched in everything I do, I'm always loving you.
do that again,
Always loving you. Where you go, I'll go there too. Etched in everything I do, I'm always loving you. I'm always loving you.
We're going to sing 2 more songs with you. First one,
yeah, oh,
right?
sure,
Is that right?
yeah. I'm waiting with bated breath. And go right into that? Yeah. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
One time we were at a festival and on a duos stage, you know, like they had different duos performing together. And this duo that we were singing with were from England, and they used headset microphones, which meant that they could never get off the mic.
And go.
and say something to each other. And we were just in awe. Like they just looked at each other. I guess they winked. I don't know what they did, but they never had to say anything. It was fascinating. But this is the song that, well, it was a request from a wonderful person who was so deeply connected with having this concert happen. So we wanted to do that for first of all. But this is what this is the working title of that film that Pat was telling you about, the name of this song. And you may have sung it with us before.
And we'll do all those other things, and yeah, okay,
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes. What do I say about this? Maybe we just sing it. It's
Oh, except it's PMN. There's a PMN story about this song.
which
Oh.
one? Well,
That's how they do it.
That's
hand
true.
signals.
it's true. Yes. So the first time I went to a people's music gathering, it was in it was the Philadelphia winter gathering at the Friends School. And I had just written my first song as an adult. I had written some songs like, when I was, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something. But, I didn't really write after that. And I had gone to a workshop at the Omega Institute. Actually, Cy Khan said, hey, I think you should try this out. And I went to a workshop with him. So I wrote this song, and it sort of took off through the camp. I have to say, I was a little terrified. It was like, oh, now what? But I took it to PMN, and there was a great big song circle, and we were just going around one at a time singing songs. And I sang this song, and from behind me comes this hand with a little slip of paper on it. And I look, and then I hear this voice from behind me saying, is that how it goes? And it was Pete Seeger. We had crossed paths before, but now he was behind me. I thought, and he had listened to the song and notated it. Well, I'm self-taught, so I don't really read notation. So I was like, I don't know, sing it to me. And he sang it back, and he had it right, exactly, note for note. And it's a simple little melody, but, I turned around and we started talking, and he said, that's the best song I've heard in 50 years. And I thought, you are my new friend. And, we chatted a lot that weekend, and Pete would come pretty much, every single one of those gatherings twice a year, and sit down with us and ask us questions and listen intently to our answers. And he didn't want to be in the spotlight. He wanted to hear from us. He wanted to learn from us. I mean, he wanted to offer pages and pages of feedback periodically too, but that was Pete. That was the beginning of our long friendship. And we have taken this song many places, and it has gone with many people to many other places. And prior to the pandemic, we sang it a lot at the border, at U.S.-Mexico border. And you want to do it? Okay. So we will do it in English by request.
I don't know, unless you feel like singing in Spanish. How do you feel like singing in Spanish? Okay, great. Well, let's do that.
We have some takers. Great. It's actually, it's simple in English, but it's also very simple in Spanish. So we can help you learn it.
And the interesting thing about it in Spanish, there's a line in the English, never turning back. And that word, the 3 words for that in Spanish are sin volver atrás. So you can try those 3 words, sin volver atrás. And then in the song in Spanish, you are always going to sing the word always, which is siempre. So you can try that, siempre. And I will call out the other lines for you in Spanish.
Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. And this is how it sounds in Spanish. Sigamos adelante.
Siempre adelante.
Siempre adelante.
Siempre adelante.
Siempre adelante.
Sin volver atrás.
Sin volver atrás.
Sin volver atrás.
Sin volver atrás.
Yep.
And then we picked it up every now and then. Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Amaremos con pasión.
Siempre con pasión.
Siempre con pasión.
Siempre con pasión.
Siempre con pasión.
Sin volver atrás.
Sin volver atrás. Sin volver atrás. Gonna reach across our borders. Reach across our borders. Reach across our borders. Never turning back. Never turning back. Vivamos sin fronteras.
Siempre sin fronteras.
Siempre sin fronteras. Siempre sin fronteras. Sin volver atrás. Sin volver atrás. Gonna sow the seeds of justice. Sow the seeds of justice. Sow the seeds of justice. Never turning back. Never turning back. Sembremos la justicia.
Siempre la justicia.
Siempre la justicia. Siempre la justicia. Sin volver atrás. Sin volver atrás. Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. 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 Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we, as Pat mentioned, we toured with Holly Near for many years. And in a situation like this, Holly would have said, you know, there's this thing where we do a last song, and then I go off stage, and then maybe you clap again, and then maybe I come back. And then she would look and say, there's really no place to go. So we'll just do it. We'll just do one more song for you. with great gratitude for your all coming out, especially given that we didn't know what was going to happen with the weather. We didn't know anything, and you showed up, which is amazing. So first, we thank you for coming to the concert. We want to thank all of those people who volunteered. I know there was just a wonderfully large group of folks who did everything from checking you in at the door, taking your tickets, creating delicious things to eat, serving you wine while the bar was open. So we want to thank that whole group of volunteers. Please give them a round of applause, all of those great volunteers. We want to thank a wonderful person who's helping us out by being the live stream host on our live stream, and that is Radha. Thank you, Radha, for answering people's questions on the chat and doing all of that. And there wouldn't be a live stream if it weren't for Clifford. Thank you so much, Clifford, for doing the live stream back there. And if you enjoyed that you heard us tonight, that is thanks to Mark. Thank you so much on the sound here and lights. And Mark is the sound person from Sounding Board, so we want to give great big thanks to Sounding Board.
And thanks to the folks who keep Sounding Board going all
That's
these
right,
years.
that's
It's been going for many, many, many years. It's really important for us to have venues like this. Lots and lots of venues are closing and have closed through the pandemic. So thank you so much for sticking it out and being a place where folks can come and play music and sing with you all.
Yes, and I wanted to remember to thank Mike and Rick, who helped us at our table, especially getting you CDs and shirts. Thank you, Mike and Rick. And thank you for that. And all of this wouldn't have happened if this amazing couple hadn't stepped up and said to us, we want to have you at our church. So I know you've seen Joe, and Joe was the one who requested Keep On Moving Forward. Joe's the one who called all those people and created that whole big volunteer team. And then Susan. They've been hosting us. Susan cooked lots of delicious food for us, and we are musicians who like to eat before dinner. I know that's
Before we
unusual.
sing, yes.
Oh, sorry, eat before a concert. Eat dinner before a concert. So we are grateful for that. We are grateful that you're hosting us, and we're grateful for everything that you did. The two of you, thank you both, Joe and Susan Wilson, for having us. Thank you.
Thanks as well to all of you who joined us online.
Yes.
Thanks to all the folks who will join us. This will remain up for a while so that folks can watch after the fact, because I know some folks had other things going on tonight.
Right.
So we love you. Thank you for being with us in so many places around the country. It's a joy to know that you're there.
So sing this last song with us, thanks to Amanda and to Ted, that whole team of people here, the administration here. And
Lee Hayes wrote the words to this song many years ago, and so there was this kind of tacit agreement that we were all brothers. I don't know if they consulted any of us, but anyway, so we went along with it. But there was a woman, and in fact, it was like
it was Nina's mother-in-law, and Nina was in the audience last Saturday night
Right.
at our show in Massachusetts.
Yeah, over in Massachusetts. It was great. She went up to Pete and said, Pete, I'm feeling kind of left out. So they started singing Sisters and Brothers. Lee Hayes was one of Pete Seeger's buddies in the band The Weavers. Back in those days. And years went by, and a trans friend of ours came up to us in Oakland and said, Pat, I'm feeling kind of left out. And there was this guy who was at the time the occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and we all were just like over him before he started even, and we were big into resisting just about anything he said or did. So we thought, I have an idea, because it's got to scan, it's got to like fit in the song. So we started singing all of the resistors. So this is a song that you know, but you might not know it exactly like this, but it doesn't matter. You can sing any version of this song that you know, and it will work. Essentially, we're just singing the harmony. Pete Seeger wrote a melody to this song, and we took some liberties with it, partly because we think Emma Goldman, our namesake, would probably have loved to dance to this song. I know, I'm Pat, she's Sandy, who the heck is Emma? So Emma Goldman came to the US from Lithuania, a fierce defender of the rights of free speech, the rights of women, and the rights of workers. And she lived from 1869 to 1940, and spoke and published extensively on the issues of her time, was of course considered very dangerous for speaking out at all. And she was at a party with her colleagues, and one of her young friends, and she was dancing apparently, with wild abandon at this party, and one of her young colleagues just felt somehow this was inconsistent, with her image as a serious activist and scholar, and she said everyone has the right to free expression, to beautiful, radiant things. And it came down through history as her having said, in essence, if I can't dance, I don't want to be part of your revolution. And we thought, that's the revolution for us. So, if the spirit moves you, So know whatever door you came through to be here, we see you, we love you, we will be with you. Call on us in those crucial moments. You're not alone. None of us is really. So let's do whatever we have to do in this next year or so to make things a little better, more just.
you so much. We'll see you next time.
Much love. Thank you.
Has anybody seen the choir? I wanna preach to the converted. I wanna see them rising up. Don't wanna see one gaze averted. Don't wanna have to prove a point. Just wanna know they're on my side. Just wanna smile and inspire. Has anybody seen the choir? Has anybody seen the church? Maybe that's where I can find them, standing tall against the frame, strength